46. So we still have that same number of listings that are coming into escrow. So that should mean, with less listings for sale and the same number of escrows, that in the last week we must have had some closings. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 listings closed in the last 7 days versus 1 listing closed the week before that, and versus about 6 listings the week before that, and we had 11 close about a month ago. So we went down from 11 to 6 to 1, and now back up to 6. Interesting thing I'm looking at here is the price points for those that have sold. Let's start looking at the solds, and they look like some very low price points indeed. The highest of all of them is $1,479,000, which generally is at the bottom of our market. Let's take a look. So it was listed at $1,479,000, but it sold in 3 days for $1,642,885. I wonder how they got that price. Maybe they multiplied it by the dollar per square foot. I'm not sure, but that's an interesting price. 3 beds, 3 baths, 2,000 square feet, 7,500 square foot lot. This is at 1130 South Gramercy, over near Country Club area. Not really our area, but sold for $1,642,000 with Marla Kleinman. That's a pretty high dollar per square foot there at $832 a square foot. Let's take a look a little bit here. Obviously redone, especially in that neighborhood. If you're going to get over 800, you need to be redone. This looks like it was beautifully done. Look at that kitchen. Definitely. I would say this is also staged. So this was prepped. Very cute. $1,642,000. Okay, next we have 950 South Muirfield. This is going to be in Brookside, just with Sherry Beanstalk as the listing agent. $1,350,000 was the sale price, which is very low in Brookside. Usually considered land value, really, at that price. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1,400 square feet, 5,000 lot. So maybe because it's a smaller lot, it got that. $954 a square foot still. Let's take a look. Again, this was listed by Sherry.
Is that corner Olympic, by the way?
Corner of Olympic? Let's see.
Is it?
No, it's not.
It's a few houses from there, though.
Yeah, you can see on the map here that it's not at Olympic. Let's go. The map function sometimes doesn't work. It's not there. I can't answer that question, but I believe it's not right on the corner. But if somebody wants to Google it, that would be great.
It's definitely not on the corner. It's about 4 houses in, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cute little house. Remember to mute yourselves. So $1,350,000. Let's keep going down here. 423 South Wilton, south of 3rd, north of 6th. This is a townhouse, $1,192,000. That's generally what they go for. 421 Wilton, another townhouse, and 634 North Gramercy Place, another townhouse. So 3 out of the 6 sales were townhouses, and then the last one, 974 3rd Street, north of Olympic, Hancock Park to K-Town. This is almost over to Arlington here. South of Wilshire, 1,500 square feet, with a 7,500 lot for under $1 million. So what does that tell us? I mean, I can't get over the fact that the highest price sale this week was $1.6 million, with 5 that sold less than that. That is way down there in price point. So we want to see some more of these bigger ones closing. Let's see here. Anybody have any comments on that? We're going to look at the last 7 days of listings. Well, that is interesting. I'm not seeing any new listings in the last 7 days. Does that make sense? Let's go back.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, doesn't it? You're right. So this was 2 weeks ago. We looked at these. So in the last 7 days, we've had no new listings, which does make sense. Convert Corona. Last week we had 8 new listings. The highest one being 432 South Lucerne, which is my listing. Yay! And we have multiple offers already. So hopefully that will be a $3+ million sale here in the next 30 to 40 days. What else? All these others also came in the market. So let's look at the ones that just went into escrow.
Congratulations, Eric.
Thank you. Really excited, grateful.
That's great. I've always loved that house.
Oh my God, so beautiful. It's my most beautiful house I've ever listed.
Oh, great.
Okay, let's go to the in escrows and look at the ones that have gone into escrow or had some sort of change in the last 7 days. Let me do this again here. So that, this is interesting. This is a direct impact that we can see from Thanksgiving. We were having, multiple listings, 5 to 10 a week coming up. And then in the last 7 days, zero, nada. But if you were listing a house for your client and they asked you, should you list, in the Thanksgiving holiday, typically you're going to say no, right? You'd be listing this week instead, which means that, that number of 86 active listings that we had, that should probably go up next week, back up into the 90s, I would expect. The only other thing I could imagine that would slow that number down from going up again is the fact that there are going to be people who do not want to list their house in December, considering we have the holiday coming up in about 3 weeks. There's no point for some people to list at this time. So they hold over until January, which means that we will have a whole lot of listings in January. You want to warn your sellers of that. Anybody who's planning on listing in January has to be aware that they're probably going to come up against quite a bit of competition. So these are the 7 escrows that had changes in the last week. We have 114 Fremont Place, $8.8 million. Let's go through these. So this is 8.8 million with Rainey and Brandon Williams, a couple of Beverly Hills agents, a couple of, what do you call them? Reality TV people. Beautiful doorway. 8.8 million, 8,300 square feet. So just under $1,000 a square foot. 6 beds, 8 baths. Looks like a real unique and beautiful. I love that door. My God, it looks like a door into a crypt. Wow. And there's the atrium.
Looks like we're in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like it's got a Indian or Middle
Saudi
Eastern.
Arabia.
With these seats on the floor and the carpets. It looks a little like a mosque. But
they actually build these things. Amazing.
What?
They actually build these things. The craftsmanship on it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's quite
Talk about
amazing.
colors. I mean, you could go color place.
Nice pool area.
Wow.
Wow, wow.
There it is right there. All right. Beautiful house. That's at $1,050 a square foot with a huge lot of 33,000 square feet. All right. 332 North Citrus, 2.5 million with 2,700 square feet, so about 900 a square foot. This is just west of Highland in Hancock Park adjacent, 4 beds, 4 baths, 6,500 square feet, listed by Allie Jack, who used to be in our office, is now in Compass. $2.5 million is a strong number in that neighborhood. 2,700 square feet, obviously all remodeled and staged. Okay. Next one. 835 South Orange. This is also in adjacent. And this is a 5-bed, 4-bath, almost 3,000 square footer with 6,200 lot at 2.3 million. That's 783 a square foot, which is generally a nice number in that area. Aaron Belliston is the agent. Let's take a look. It looks very nice. So under $800 a square foot for a done house, 835 South Orange. So that's going to be south of Wilshire. Oh, what was that? The name of that area again? Somebody said it last week. Sycamore or something? Sycamore Square.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like they got a nice green carpet there. 319 South Sycamore, also Hancock Park adjacent. This is north of Wilshire, 4 beds, 3 baths, 2,500 square feet with a 6,500 lot, just over 2 million, and listed by Beanstalk, $826 a square foot, very standard stuff. Another nicely staged, got the Beanstalk look, not too many strong colors. Very muted coloring. I have to say, the way stagers are going now, I think Beanstalk is starting to fall behind. She's great, but I would say that it seems like more and more colors are entering the staging world. Beautiful photos. All right, next. That's 2.1. I would expect that to go at that location, just south of 3rd. Good location. I only wonder what is on the other side of the street, because over there it can start getting commercial.
Well, La Brea is right next to it.
What
No,
is?
it's in back of it. In
What?
back of it is the parking lot or the Ralph's or whatever, not Ralph's, but it's all commercial. This backs to La Brea. Yeah, what I
Yeah,
said.
so that explains it. So it's backing up to La Brea to a commercial parking lot, right? So that is a negative. But explain the 2.1 price tag, considering the condition was really good.
Yes.
Okay, back to agent detail. So 250 South Larchmont, this one listed by Connie Kim. What was that? 61 days on market. 3 beds, 3 baths, 2,000 square feet, 7,500 lot, $870 a square foot, puts us at $1,690,000, almost $1,700,000. That's again 1,942 square feet. So not a huge house. $1,690,000. means that it probably needs a little bit of work, which it does. Probably could have benefited from staging in a major way here. A small investment would have turned to a large invest 10 to 15,000 in the staging here, and you get back 70 to 100,000 return. So I don't understand why people don't do it sometimes, because that's definitely one that would benefit from it, especially considering it has some things that you might want to not show out front and center like that. That was listed by, again, Connie Kim. I think it's the agent's duty to make sure that that client knows that they're leaving money on the table if they don't stage, and it's making the deal harder to sell, keeps the buyer not as interested and emotionally attached. There's just so many reasons to spend that money on staging. 5017 Elmwood Avenue, Daniel Shamulian is the agent. 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,000 square feet, 6,200 square foot lot. That's $1.5 million on Elmwood. Elmwood, where is Elmwood? What part of Elmwood is this on? This is, so it's still kind of Larchmont Village. It's at the very end, and this is a really cute little historic area that I like very much that doesn't get a lot of attention. And so 1.5 is a nice price in that neighborhood. Let's go back here and look at the photos. Just one photo. So it's in escrow with just one photo. 1.5 million is an attractive price right there. And then we have 5021 Elmwood. So these are right next to each other. 5017 and 5021. Same agent. Yes, Dan Shamulian. There's the one house on the right that we just looked at, and this is the other one. Looks like they're building something big in the back, which is not good. Some big apartment building that's going to be looking down on both of those houses. And this one is also 1.5 million. Are they both 1.5? Yes. So you could buy back-to-back, side-to-side lots if you wanted. What's the zoning on this? LAR 3 on this one, and LAR 3 on this one, which means that there is an investment opportunity if you can figure out how to take 12,500 square feet of lot, put them together, tear down the buildings, and then put up an apartment building or something like that. With LAR 3 zoning, you could do that. You could probably, that might be a good investment for somebody. But I hate to see houses getting torn down that are 100 years old. I'm assuming this is not in the HPOZ, and so two lots together like that, that means that those properties are in danger of being torn down. For any of your developer people, let them know about this. You don't get lots next to each other very often in our area. So that looks like that is it for today. I guess thanks to the Thanksgiving holiday, we get to end early. Does anybody have any questions or comments? If you look at the numbers, we had one closing at we had no closings this week over 1.6 million. We will be having an $8 million closing and some twos. Let's look at the all of the escrows just to see what is coming up as far as closings go. 46 listings, and among those we have an 8.8 million. Remember, we have a lot for sale that are 16, 13, 11, 12, over $10 million, a lot of them, and we have not seen any more than one sell this entire year, I believe, and that was that beautiful one on Hudson that sold for, I believe it was 13 million after having gone into multiples with like 8 offers. Other than that one, we've had nothing over 10 and a lot of new listings over 10. But right now we have 4 listings over 5 million, which is great. And then we have one in the 4s, 530 Rossmore, which is Lisa Hutchins, And then we have 1, 2 in the 3s. Hopefully we'll have mine in the 3s by the end of the week. And then the rest are between, look how many 2s we have. Almost 10 2s. And then after that, just a lot of 1 millions. Let's see, basically 20 under 2 million. So under $2 million, folks, that is just ripe. And people at it like crazy. And in the 2s is also pretty good. 10 in escrow in the 2s. I guess we'll learn more next week, because this week, again, we did not have a huge number of closings, and we did not have a huge number of new listings. Any other comments? Anything about the market? Makes sense that it would start to slow down around this time. So we may not have a big pickup in new listings for another month at least. And hopefully we'll have basically what I'd like to see next week is a whole bunch of these 46 escrows closing. You know, that would be nice to see. Look at all these listings. If they were to close, that would be great. All right. I'm going to, one more time, anybody have anything to say?
Thank you.
Alrighty. Hey, it was a pleasure. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Back to work, right?
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Thank
All righty,
you.
everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
See you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.